Good afternoon. My name is Mrs. Marsh, and I would first like to thank Ms. Strozier for allowing me to come and speak with your class this afternoon. I would like to tell you about three books that I have discovered that I think are really great books for kids that are about your age. And the reason that I think they are good books is because they are all written by teenagers and they are written for teenagers. And they are also not books that are long stories that start with once upon a time and end with, and they all lived happily ever after. Actually, all of these books are compilations of short stories and poetry and creative writing, and in one instance, there's even some photography in it. And I think that this is really great because it addresses issues that are very important to your age group right now, and it is written by your age group, so they know better, much better than somebody, myself, your teachers, your parents, know exactly what you're going through right now. Okay, I'm going to tell you about three books, and I'm going to show you pictures of their covers. First, I want to explain to you that I keep all of my books on an ebook reader, specifically for me, a Kindle, but there are others out there. And there's really a main reason that I did that, and it was not because I care about the planet, although that is true, I do care, and I want to preserve paper, but I was running out of space in my house. And it really came down to the point where I needed to either clear out some of the books that I was hoarding, or I needed to clear out my son. And he didn't really think that clearing him out was quite a good idea yet. The first book that I want to talk to you about is called Tales of a Ninth Grade Spartan. And again, it is written by ninth graders, and it is edited by their teacher and then put into a book form. And this is what the cover looks like. Okay. And I know it's a little difficult to see, and especially since it's going to show backwards on here. But it is about love, life, learning. It's very insightful, and one of the things I really liked about this book was that it has a science fiction novelette in it, and that novelette has I would call it a killer ending. And I don't want to be a spoiler and tell you about it, but it is very, very interesting. Okay, I would like to read you a description from the very first page of Tales of a Ninth Grade Spartan, so you have an idea of how it goes. This is the description on the first page. It says, "What do high school freshmen think about love and life and learning? What do their imaginations come up with when they spin stories in their daydreams? You'll find out in this collection of stories, poems, and essays written by ninth graders. Surprisingly insightful, sometimes touching, always entertaining, you'll find everything from a poem about childhood to a science fiction novel and anything in between." The second book that I want to talk to you about is called The Teenage Heart, and that one is really difficult to see when it's backwards. But this was written by a ninth grader, or maybe 10th grader, and she wrote everything in spiral notebooks and eventually had it published. But again, it was written by a teenager, and it was written for a teenager. Okay? And so they're mostly, as you can guess, they're about love. Most of these are poems about her first love, about a breakup and how terrible she felt, and how it made her feel ugly and unwanted. And then, of course, her second love came along, and she felt wonderful about that. And like all teenagers, it is a very up and down existence. The third and last book that I want to show you actually comes out of a magazine that you can subscribe to called Teen Ink. And they have put together several books, but this is one of my favorites. It is called Teen Ink Written in the Dirt. Okay? And once again, it is a compilation of short stories, um, creative writing. This is the one actually that has photos in it. And what they have done is anybody can submit something to the magazine Teen Ink and have it published. I believe it comes out 6 times a year. And well, it doesn't say here who the publishers are, so I'm sorry, I'll have to add that on at another point. But Teen Ink is published 6 times a year, and you can find information on it on Google, and you can subscribe to it, and you can submit your own information to it. Okay. So this one again is poetry. They talk about poetry as being life distilled down to its smallest point. And there is a quote here that says, "Fiction is facts." And that's by Rudyard Kipling. Okay. So the best thing about all of these books that I have talked about today is the fact that they are not considered long books. They are books that you can put on your nightstand or on the desk beside you, and when you feel like it, you can pick it up and you can flip through it and you can find something that is talking exactly about how you're feeling at the moment. It will tell you about um, trouble with parents. It will tell you about trouble with others in your class. And so I think all three of them are definitely worth checking out and looking in our library. Thank you very much.